Hey everyone! Welcome to the second devlog for Pixel Pirates. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad to have you aboard. And if you caught the first devlog, welcome back and thank you so much for your continued support. For those just joining in, Pixel Pirates is my passion project. A pixel art, top-down adventure full of ship battles, exploration, and a whole lot of swashbuckling. Before we dive in, I wanted to say a huge thank you for the incredible, positive response to the first video. Honestly, I expected maybe 20 views tops, but at the time of recording, we're just shy of 900 views and the channel's grown to 70 subscribers. That's absolutely crazy and blew my mind when I saw that. I was already super excited to work on Pixel Pirates, but seeing your feedback, comments, and support has given me an extra boost to keep building and improving this game. In today's devlog, I'll be covering the progress I made in the last week and a half, which mostly has to do with the current UI system. Without further ado, let's get into it! First up, I got the menu UI to toggle on and off using the tab key. Right now, it's pretty basic, no functionality beyond switching tabs. To show which tab is active and that they're even switching, I gave each one a different tint. It's not the prettiest system yet, and I admit that, but hey, it works, and it's a solid start so far. Next, I created a simple player tab that displays the character sprite and name. It's pretty bare bones, and I'm definitely not in love with how it looks and feels right now. But at least it gives us some foundation to build on. I'll definitely be revisiting and improving this in the future. The biggest chunk of work this week went into the inventory system. Players can now pick up items, which triggers a small UI in the bottom left-hand corner, and move them around in the inventory grid. They're able to also move these items around the grid, swap places with other items, and if they try to drag it off to the side, it snaps back. On top of that, I implemented a save system. When players stop, press save, and reload their game, their inventory and character position are saved and restored. I think this is going to be a huge step forward in terms of usability, which will be definitely nice when the game gets a little bit more expansive. I also added a hotbar system. It's an extension of the inventory where players can drag and drop items between the hotbar and the main inventory. The hotbar is also fully integrated into the save system, so item positions persist between sessions. Try saying that 3 times fast. That said, I'm not totally sold on the current version of the hotbar, or even a hotbar in general. I want some way for the player to be able to interact with their items, but I don't think a hotbar is quite the way to do it. I might scrap it or overhaul this idea in the very near future. During some random downtime I had in the last week, I got started in working on the female NPC sprite. It took way more effort than I care to admit, but I think she looks pretty decent for now. In the next devlog, I hope to have her and some other NPCs added into the world with some simple interactions or functions. I don't think it should be that difficult in order to have them move around the world in a scripted way, or have some simple dialogue, so fingers crossed I can get that added by the next one. While reviewing and working with the UI, I felt like the style wasn't quite hitting the mark where I wanted. The map style aesthetic was cool, and I really like it, and almost likely keep that for the actual map tab, but it felt a little too on the nose for everything else. So I spent some time and redesigned the UI. Now the inventory and player tabs are combined into one cleaner screen. On the right, we have the inventory grid, now with a new look. On the left, I added space for equipable items, things like swords, the flintlocks, maybe some potions or food for the player to heal with, or maybe even a pet, wink wink, and a placeholder for showing the player's sprite. I really like this design, and it feels a lot cleaner and more put together than the other one did. Next is the quest log. This is where any active quests will be located, and I think I have a pretty cool idea for this UI as well. It'll keep with the brown aesthetic, and we'll have little tabs where information on the quests will be stored. This is a very early and very flexible design, so if any of you have ideas for how to make the system look a little bit more pleasing to the eye, or maybe function a little bit better, I'd love to hear from all of you. Last, but most definitely least, I made a few small tweaks to the settings menu. Nothing too major, just minor layout and style changes for consistency, just so it looks similar to those other tabs I changed up. And that's about everything I worked on during this past week and a half. A lot of groundwork has been laid, which will hopefully make future development smoother, faster, and fingers crossed, easier. By the next devlog, I hope to have some friendly NPCs walking around the village, flesh out the equipable item section in the inventory a little bit more, and start working on a proper map system. Especially since someone pointed out in the comments of the last video how big the world actually is and how much it could benefit from a map system. And they're completely and totally right. Thank you so much to everyone who watched all the way to the end. It genuinely means a lot to see people interested in something I'm incredibly passionate about. I can't wait to keep working on Pixel Pirates and share more progress soon. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you next time.